Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of EmpireJeffTV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you here on a Tuesday night, live from Los Angeles, California. Hope everyone's doing well. We are here to talk some Los Angeles Dodgers, some offseason news, not just the Dodgers. We had a trade come down right before the show here between the White Sox and the Mets. It's pretty interesting. Doesn't really affect the Dodgers. It just has someone that the Dodgers were linked to for a few years, and he is no longer available as the White Sox have moved Luis Robert Jr. to the New York Mets for quote unquote two young players. I would assume that Acuna's in there and someone else, but Dodgers weren't really in on him anymore anyways. They kicked the tires on it more than a few times. Not going to say they came ever close. But the Dodgers and the White Sox kind of have this weird like last standing offer. So I believe that the Dodgers definitely had a shot at him. They wanted him. They would have got it done. Turns out it was two young players got it done for the Mets, and the Mets have made some moves here. So settle in. We're going to talk some Dodgers, some offseason. I'll get to your chats in a few minutes here. And, we're going to talk today about, the Dodgers potentially pursuing another top starter. An ace level guy like Skubal, an all-star level guy like Peralta. Where are they looking? What are they going after? What's their next move? Because the Dodgers are always in on something. They're always in on everything. They're focused. They're locked in. And you just have to know that if there's someone available, the Dodgers, as I've always said, have a seat at the table. They always have a seat at the table. Do they place an order? Is what it really comes down to. This Skubal thing is going to link until it's done. And the Peralta thing, the Dodgers are in on this. The Dodgers are pursuing this. And when you really think about it, when you think about all the games missed, all the injuries to the starting rotation, saving the arms to the end of the season and really taxing and straining that starting rotation in the playoffs, in the World Series, really having to rely on those guys heavily. Now, I do fully expect that our bullpen to be back to dominance next season. I do believe that to be true because as you've heard me talk multiple times, bullpens are extremely volatile. and they were for the Dodgers yesterday. But wow, still going after a Skubal or a Peralta and others that haven't leaked yet. Trying to make sure that this rotation has no room for error. That in the event of if River Ryan, Gavin Stone, any of these guys don't come back as expected, if Glasnow has to miss time, Snell has to miss time, maybe they put Yamamoto on the shelf for a bit considering his workload last year. Maybe, they still have reservations of letting Shohei pitch an entire year. We don't know this yet. Do they really trust Robleski? What is Kasperius going to look like this year? These are things that the Dodgers are considering. What if Roki goes out there and isn't dominant as a starter? What if he's not great? What if they have some concerns there? So all they're really doing is their due diligence and making sure that if there's another guy out there that can help them win a three-peat, that they want in on it, and they're going to check in on it, try to make it happen if it makes sense for them. And just as they did with Tucker, just as they did with Freddie Freeman, just as they did with pretty much everyone, they're going to sit back and wait for teams to get stupid. They're going to sit back and wait for their opportunity to pounce on a free agent, on a trade, whatever it may be. And the Dodgers are going to be right there in the wings waiting. And, if other teams make a move and they pass on Peralta, if other teams are scared to make a move for Skubal because of extensions or not wanting to deal with Boris, or feel that no matter what, that even if they trade for Skubal, there's no way they can retain him and keep him in free agency, the Dodgers are sitting back and waiting for these pieces to fall, waiting for people to take themselves off the board and then make their moves. And this is smart. This is what they do. This is how they've done. And this is starting to get exciting again. We're getting closer and closer. We're now, a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting. And it is an exciting time to be a Los Angeles Dodger fan. Even when games aren't in play, even when we've already signed Diaz and signed Tucker, they're still involved. They're still in on things. And that, as a fan of the Dodgers, is all you can ask for, because you got all these fan bases out here crying on a nightly basis. Every post I put, oh, you're buying a championship, you're ruining baseball, because we're in on everything. Look at the excitement we have. Look at the commitment to winning that this team gives us on a nightly basis. Everyone's saying, why do you say we? You're not we. You're not on the team. You're not on the team. We are Dodgers Nation. You don't have to like it, but we love it. So yes, there is a we. There is a we, and we are Dodgers Nation. It always kills me when people try to tell you how to fan. I always try to tell you how to fan, and it's usually some crumb bum from a franchise that doesn't care about their fans. No one really cares about their fans. Their fans barely care about their team. And it's just some crumb bum out there always talking trash, man. So Dodgers Nation, man, we won back-to-back as a city. We are going for a three-peat as a city. And they don't have to like it, but we do. So let's talk about these for a while now. So Skubal, I think, like I said, is in play. The Dodgers are still actively talking with Detroit. They're keeping those lines open, keeping communication open, seeing what it would take to get that deal done, if it's possible to even consider an extension. They're checking in often on Skubal. And Peralta, it's been right there. They've been checking in on Peralta since pretty much since they've been able to. So those conversations did not spark up out of nowhere. They've been talking about this for a while. They are right there. I'm sure there's people in the industry trying to pressure Milwaukee to not work a deal with the Dodgers, but Milwaukee's got to do what's best for them. And if they feel the return for Peralta, if the Dodgers have the best return, then they're going to go that route. They're just going to do that. They're going to do what's best for their franchise, just like the Dodgers do what's best for their franchise, and they should. However, there's a little layer here that gives the Dodgers an advantage here with Peralta, because he's also a free agent. Now, it's 1 year, $8 million, but some teams may not want to dump everything to get him and might not be able to keep him. But there's some people who might be a little bit more comfortable with that. Enter the San Diego Padres. The San Diego Padres are serious about Peralta, and the San Diego Padres are willing to include, once again, their top prospects to get a deal done. It seems that's all they do. They build up a franchise. They trade it out for players who aren't going to help them win and who are not going to be part of their long-term plans, but credit to them because they are able to replenish their farm system to continue to make trades like this. And I don't know. No, I don't think the Dodgers are going to include their top guys in a trade for Peralta, and I don't think they have to. It would be a luxury, not a necessity. There's other ways to go about it. I think the Dodgers are looking to make sure that they have the best staff imaginable to ensure that the Yamamotos, the Otanis, the Snells, the Sasaki's, and even those guys coming back, Stone and Ryan, to make sure that they don't get overworked and make sure that they have other arms that can get out there and do the job in case those guys are unable to when you need them the most. And like I said, I commend that. This is exactly what the Dodgers should be doing. This is what other teams should be doing. And they're just stacking up, getting ready for a season and making sure that they have players that can get out there and contend, go out there on a nightly basis. And if you got 1, 2, or 3 or whatever guys on the IL, well, then this just means that you have other guys waiting in the wings, and you could rotate those guys in and out of the rotation, in and out of the IL, and you can effectively give guys time off while other guys are pitching, and you can kind of shuffle them around throughout the season. So that's something to keep an eye on, and I think the Dodgers are going to toy with a couple different options. They're going to toy with a couple different opportunities on how to use their pitchers, when to use their pitchers, and doing everything within their power to keep their pitchers healthy. And I think that's the right approach. I think it's the right approach. I think that's what they should do. And they're trying to make sure that when they get to October again, because they're going to, whether you like it or not, they're going to, and they want to make sure they have their top dogs there. Now, Skubal, I kind of go back and forth with this on trading for him without an extension. And obviously, you don't want to give up your best offer for a guy that you don't know that you're going to keep. You don't know how crazy the Mets are going to get in free agency. You don't know if that's the one time the Yankees decide to break the bank. You don't know that if you end up beating Toronto a second time and they're just like, forget this, we're giving a blank check out and we're just not letting you get anybody. You don't know if the Giants are finally going to decide to spend. You don't know if these other teams who do have money are going to decide to spend, after a work stoppage or whatever they work out. We don't know what the landscape would be like in a Skubal free agency. So the Dodgers definitely know that, and they're working on that as such. So do you trade for someone like Skubal? Do you give up top-tier talent without that extension, knowing that you don't know what you don't know yet for next year? Peralta is much more comfortable. 1 year, $8 million. Don't have to give up the farm to get him. You will face some competition, but it's not like if you really want him, you wouldn't be able to get him or re-sign him if you decided to keep him or extend him. Like, I haven't heard anything about him being against an extension. This could be along the lines of a Tyler Glasnow trade where you trade for him contingent of an extension being signed. And maybe it's nothing crazy. Maybe it's a 3-4 year deal or whatever it is. And you get that deal done. Because again, River Ryan, Gavin Stone, Robleski, Kasparius, Roki, you don't really know what to expect next year from these guys. We really don't know. Sheehan had a good year. Does the league adjust to him next year? Like, we don't know necessarily what these guys are going to be like. So the Dodgers have always been, look, we'll develop guys. We have no problem developing guys to go into other people's systems via trade. We want a commodity that we've seen face major league hitters or hit major league pitching and have an idea of how they look and how they play once they've made it to the show. And that's what they like. That's just what they go about. They develop for other teams to make trades, to get their guys and go from there. And it's a winning recipe. It's a winning recipe. Why fix what's not broken or break something that's working? Doesn't make much sense. So the Dodgers, leaving no stone unturned. They're crossing every T, dotting every I. They're doing everything they can within their power to ensure that they are all in on a three-peat, and nothing that they can proactively get ahead of instead of reactively is going to stop them. Because let's say if one of those pitchers go down, right? So you go out and get Tucker. Remember, he keeps saying, oh, we didn't need Tucker. And that's so crazy to me that we didn't need Tucker. Look at our outfield last year, man. Look at our outfield offensive output. It was horrible. We absolutely needed Tucker. We absolutely needed him. We needed him more than we needed Bo Bichette. We needed a productive corner outfielder way more than we needed a contact bat that makes errors defensively, a lot of them. We needed Tucker way more than Bichette, and I like Bichette. I like the contact hitter, but he's not a guy that's going to get out there and hit you 40 bombs, 30 bombs. He's not going to do that. He'll hit for average. He'll hit for contact, which would be nice, but I'll take Tucker over Bichette. I'll take him. And you get Tucker in this lineup, in this culture, in this situation, and now you've got a guy who can really step up his game in LA. And you've got out here and you've got a bullpen that's been revamped now, both with adding Diaz and probably getting guys back healthy. You have a starting rotation that should be demons. And now you have an offense that you've added Tucker into that should really, really help. And I think the Dodgers' real issue last year was just who was going to be the closer. Tanner Scott was probably never a guy that should be a closer. He's a setup guy. He's a setup guy. Now you got Vesia, Scott, and Diaz, and whoever that fourth guy is. But I think the bullpen's going to bounce back rather well. and I trust them this year. And like I've said numerous times, bullpens are volatile, and the Dodgers had one of the most volatile years you will ever see from a bullpen last year. And when it comes down to a bounce back year, this is what I fully expect from them. Absolutely expect from them. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Once again, I'm Empire Jeff. This is EmpireJeffTV. We are discussing the Dodgers offseason, Skubal and Peralta. Let's see, Andrea, what's going on, Andrea? I don't want the Brewers pitcher. I want Skubal to the Dodgers in 2026. Peralta might be easier to get, so we're gonna have to wait and see, and see how that goes. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Showtime LA, what's going on? Hearing stuff. So I am hearing some things, but I'm not hearing anything that's not out there. I heard about a day ago that the Bellinger situation is getting close. I had heard that a team was getting close to pulling out. I didn't know who. And then today we see the Mets trade, so that appeared to be the Mets. But I did not know that at the time. And it looks like this is now down, unless someone's in here that we haven't heard yet. And there could be. And a matter of fact, I've heard they've talked with other teams of late. I don't know which ones. But this could be coming down to the Yankees and the Blue Jays. And if the Blue Jays want him, they could get him. That Yankee offer is there. Boris knows that. Bellinger knows that. The Yankee offer is sitting there. They are hoping or waiting to get more. And if Toronto doesn't step up to the plate with more, they probably go back to the Yankees and try to get that done. But we will wait to see which way that goes. Roy, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you, man. Guys, make sure to get your MLB, NBA, NFL gear, and more. Make sure to use our link at Fanatics to get special discounts, and your purchase also help support the channel. We've partnered with the good people at Fanatics, so when you order through them via us, they take care of us. So go in and get your gear that you would get anyway. Your NFL playoff gear, your NBA gear, your MLB championship gear, whatever gear you have. They got great memorabilia as well. Tap that link, help support the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Roy says, we have to make a trade to make room for Tucker. Let's see it happen. So I believe that signing is supposed to be announced any day now, maybe as early as tomorrow. So they'll do something prior to that, but don't have like an official announcement as to when that's going to happen. Roy says, Dodger fans is 65, and this is the greatest era of my lifetime. Great time to be a Dodger fan. Stand proud. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, brother. Right there with you. Johnny Boy, what's going on, man? Says, let's go Big Blue. Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate you, bro. What's going on, Tim? What's going on? What's going on? You said autocorrect got you? I hear you. Alex Caulfield's expendable now. He might be. He might be. They worked out arbitration with him. They could trade him. I think there would be teams that would take him if they had something that they would like to replace him with, for sure. Same with Banda. Went ahead and got him taken care of with arbitration, but he could be moved as well. Craig, what's going on, Craig? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. What's going on, Ring? I don't know what you're saying. Don't know what you're trying to get at there. Why am I putting this on the screen? When's the press conference for Tucker? Not really sure yet. They haven't announced it yet, but the rumor is tomorrow, but we'll see. Dodger Life, what's going on? Appreciate you. Steve Cohen and Mark Walter must have personal beef. They're both going back and forth. They're competitors too. They're competitors, just like their teams are competitors. These owners are competitors. And I definitely feel, and I've heard that Cohen has felt the type of way because they thought that for some reason there was a rumor out there that they didn't know the Dodgers were in on Tucker, which is wild to me. I have no idea. They did not know that they were in on Tucker. I mean, read the room. But I do feel that Cohen was a little tight about that, a little upset, perhaps with his own team, and is out there really trying to go after some things here. So, you get Luis Robert Jr., you went out and you got Bichette. Could they go out there and get the pitcher from Houston, Valdez? Could they go out there and get that and make that happen? They need pitching. So these are things to keep an eye on with the Mets right now, because the only thing worse than a scorned woman or a pissed off woman is a pissed off billionaire. And if Cohen is really upset about the Tucker situation, then that may have woke him up this offseason. You may see some trades start to happen. He may just sign Bellinger just for the heck of it. I don't think he will now, but I'm just saying they may go full-fledged reckless here. So we'll have to wait and see how this happens. Still need bullpen help. I like our bullpen for next year. I think they're going to be fine. A lot of left-handed bats. Yeah. Well, there's more right-handed pitchers in baseball, so that would make some sense. You're saying Skubal? They might be doing it. Lowell Mets with Robert. Yeah, Nando. They got him, man. They got him. Nando says Dodgers might as well go all in everyone now that these other owners are crying for a salary cap. They can cry, but I'm not really sure that they're going to get it done. And I don't think most of them really want it either. Appreciate you, Showtime LA. Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in for sure. ML says the Dodgers have gotten the number one guy at the position they want the last few off seasons. So the Peralta rumors feels weird when he's clear second option to Skubal. Well, it could be a couple of things. It could be a leverage play. Let me tell you something real quick. And I did a video. I've done a video on this and I haven't posted it yet, so I might as well say it now. I'll give you guys the first thing here. What if I told you that they could trade for Peralta now and then trade for Skubal later and move Peralta in that deal? Just saying, just keep an eye on that. The Dodgers aren't necessarily going after Peralta for Peralta. And the Dodgers are not necessarily going to move Sheehan or these guys for Peralta. They can get him for less than that. But if you're moving Peralta, Sheehan, or a Ryan, some young guys to Detroit, think about it. Glasnow was told he wasn't going to be traded. One of the key pieces in the Tarik Skubal trade to the Dodgers could be Peralta. So if you want Skubal, you should want Peralta. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. Remember this. All right? I haven't posted this yet, so only people in the live are seeing this right now. Let's see. If the Dodgers were losing, other teams and fans wouldn't be complaining. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Let's see. I got spam coming in from other sites here. People talking to each other. Let me mind my business. Philip says, Mets don't have the Dodgers chemistry, period. And you know what? You get the air horn for that. The Dodgers chemistry get the air horn as well. Because they got the best chemistry in baseball, for sure. Mets will sign Bellinger to play first base. Well, I mean, they signed someone to Polanco to play first base already. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, that'd be wild if they signed Bellinger too, but I don't see it right now. Showtime says odds we get Freddy or Scoob, I say 30 to 40%. I think the odds of them getting one are probably a little higher than that. Craig said, I bet no trades until Tucker press conference. So they could be worked on and agreed to and just not announced yet. So just keep an eye on that. That's something you've heard, you drop and break. I'm just telling you this I'm comfortable with saying because that was my that wasn't someone picking up the phone and calling me and telling me that. That was me just doing what I do, back channeling, seeing something like, asking a question, digging deeper. That was my own research that I got an answer to. So I'm comfortable with speaking on that. But I believe, and I've gotten some, I don't want to use the word confirmation because I think that's not the right word, but I've gotten some reassurance that I might, quote unquote, be barking up the right tree there. The Dodgers' interest in Peralta could be centered around their interest in Skubal and creating a better trade package down the line. What's going on, Joseph of the Experiment? What's going on, sir? Dodgers need to clear space to officially sign Tucker. Yeah, that's easy. That won't take, they'll do that. That, can be line up another move. They're buying time, whatever it is. There's no rush. There's no rush to do it. They'll have that done soon. Likely a trade will happen before Tucker signs officially. They can DFA, they can trade, they can release someone and then bring them back when rosters expand. There's a bunch of different things that they can do. He's a project, yeah, but when they signed him, they said they signed him to play first base. So maybe they have, maybe they haven't. He said, I see you, Jeff. Yeah, if it wasn't my intel, I would never put it out there. But I went digging for this, so I'm comfortable putting that out there. Bichette at third. Cohen doesn't know what the heck he's doing. He just, he's just trying to win a press conference. He's trying to get a splash, And when you try to win press conferences and try to get a splash, you don't win World Series when you try to win a press conference, right? The Dodgers won the press conference when they got Shohei, but they also won the World Series. Win the right press conference and win the right games. Please take Skubal, says a long list of errors. We would gladly take him. You think Gosselin would come back on a minor league deal? So that's another thing I've been asking about, because I get a lot of comments on my videos asking about Phillips and Catman and Gosselin. And so I've checked in on that. And essentially what I've been told is, obviously Phillips, I think, has a strong chance to return unless another team offers money that the Dodgers don't feel comfortable with. I think there's a good chance he returns. Gosselin, I've heard that they've lost a lot of confidence in his ability just to stay healthy at all. But I would never close the door on it. But I would say it's not, top of their list right now. So we'll have to wait and see. Mike says, go Mets. It's a good move for them. They've had a decent offseason name-wise. We'll see how that translates to the field, though. Like I said, Bichette at third, Polanco at first. We'll see how that plays out. Roy says, need Dodger baseball to get these Lakers off our minds. Looking pathetic. Yeah, the Lakers been off my mind. Like, the Lakers been off my mind. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, I love the Lakers, man, but I told myself a while ago, I'm all in on Dodgers. I'll try to, do some basketball from time and time again, but it's just not worth it. The league is drowning. It's falling. The interest is at all-time low. The game is horrendous. This Laker team, while they have Luka, they're just not a contender right now. And I'm in the midst of the greatest stretch of Dodger history, and that's where I choose to focus my content creation on. It makes me happy. I enjoy doing it, and I love it. I will never do basketball content again as long as it feels forced. If it feels forced, and if I'm doing it just to do it, I'm not going to do it. I have to feel it, because it would be a bad show. It would be bad content, and I'd be ripping you guys off and cheating you like a lot of these other channels do, because there's really no joy in doing it in this NBA for me, right? And I'm not going to be doing the same video as every other channel, same thing, every other channel, copy and paste, cookie cut. It's just the same story on every channel. And I don't want to be with that, basketball is in a bad place, and I'm taking a break from basketball as a result. I just am. It's just not for me. There's a lot of great people that cover it. Don't get me wrong. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the product itself is really rough to watch. It's rough to get excited about. It's rough to engage in. I'll put it on, I'll watch it, but I get easily distracted and easily sidetracked. Where when the Dodgers are playing, I'm just locked in. Even football, like I'm watching football, I don't lose my attention. Basketball is just really hard. It's just they're catering to just stuff that doesn't interest me, and you don't even know where the damn games are played. Anyway, I'm going on a side note. I'm gonna get back to baseball, because it's not something I really enjoy right now, is watching basketball, which sucks, because I love basketball. I just don't love this version of basketball. Philip says, Padres tried matching Dodgers move for move. How did it work out? I mean, I give them credit for trying. I respect them for trying. They'll go after guys. They go for it. It hasn't worked. They haven't won anything. They beat us in 2022, but that's it. And I will commend them for going for it. I've always said that I always commended, the Houston Rockets for going for it during the Warriors run when no one else was. I respect that. I respect what Toronto was trying to do. I respect what the Padres are trying to do. I don't respect what the Giants are doing. I don't respect what the Yankees are doing. I don't respect any of that because they're simply not going for it. And the Padres, although there's this weird little fake rivalry, and they seem to focus on us way more than we focus on them. But I respect what they're doing without a doubt. I really, really do. Lakers are balling right now. Any given day of the week, man. You never know what you're going to get, right? Sacramento? What's going on, double plan? What's going on, Lakers Dodgers for life? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I wouldn't call that a Jeff bomb, but just a little intel. Just a little intel. Said they came back in Denver. I mean, Denver's not that great of a team right now, but the fact, they get down big against, but it's Denver. They always suck in Denver. Phillips, Kike, and a trade for an ace. Maybe they flip Kyle and Bando Tights for prospects since they only have 4 picks in the top 10 rounds because of Tucker Diaz. Maybe, or they just sit out this draft, or they just sit out this draft. Don't put it past the Dodgers to, like you said, to go out there and trade for prospects from other teams, or go ahead and snatch up players that don't get drafted, or snatch up players that get released by other teams because teams, don't want to take the risk on a guy who's got some injury potential. But the Dodgers will roll the dice on that for sure. Get ball against weak teams, and they just get blown out too much, man. This is true though. Roy said Denver is a good comeback, but still inconsistent. Where it's at. J-Fall's a better product in 2026. Yeah, man, it just is. It just is. And it sucks because, I love the NBA. I loved the NBA. I don't love this version of it. And it's weird. It's really weird not getting excited for Laker games. And it's really weird not getting excited for national TV basketball games, or to watch the games, or talk it. Like, it's just, and I know it too, because a lot of my people that I talk basketball with every year, I message them, and it's just, a lot of people just don't seem to care. They just kind of lost interest in it a little bit. Need to get rid of LeBron. Making him the face of the league is what hurt the league. I'm gonna try to stay away from I'm gonna get back to baseball here, man. I don't want to make this a basketball stream. Anything on a rushing trade just seems the more they use him as a backup, the more value will just tank now. I don't really think the Dodgers care too much about his value if they intend to keep him. I think if you see rushing, playing catcher, playing some first, playing some corner outfield, I think if you see him kind of spread around a little bit, then that could be them trying to get his value up to use him in something. But it could also be that they've got a lot of confidence in him and they just want to give him a chance to play more than twice a week. And that's the only way to do it. So you give Will Smith some time off. You give Freddie Freeman some time off. Maybe you give Teoscar Hernandez some time off, if there's an injury. So you have him in there because you believe in his bat. You believe in his catching ability. You believe in his ability to call balls and strikes, but you also believe in his talent as a hitter from the Dodger perspective. So if you do, you have to find ways to get him to play. Very similarly to Kim, right? If they believe in Kim, he's going to have to become somewhat of a utility guy. He's going to have to play second, short. He's going to have to figure out to play a little bit of center field. If he wants to get some playing time this year. And if the Dodgers want to get him out there, he's more than likely going to have to play multiple positions, and that's going to be rushing as well. That's going to be Edman as well. Going to be Rojas as well, and on, right? These guys are going to have to figure out how to play multiple slots. You're going to see Teo probably in right. You'll probably see him in left. You'll probably see Tucker in right. You'll see him in left. You may see Mookie sometimes in the outfield this year. I'm not saying a lot, but you might see it. So the Dodgers are open to pretty much anything right now. Pretty much anything right now. Lakers Dodgers for life says, I feel you, Jeff, on the basketball take. I feel the same. Yeah, man. And I don't take pleasure in saying that. And I don't take joy in saying that because I love the game of basketball. I just don't love this version of it. It's just really not what I'm looking for, It's just not. 1 second here. I have to boot someone out for being goofy. I don't boot anyone out of here unless you just say crazy over the line stuff. Vote for the All-Star starter. Told LeBron on this. Yeah, he didn't play enough games early and he didn't have the votes. I still think he gets in. The league probably gets him in somehow, but we'll see. I wish we had Yovan Buddha type for the Dodgers. Not that content creator like yourself aren't amazing, but the dude is the man. Well, he's cool. He's a cool person too. And I don't take that any type of way. He's a professional. I'm not. You know what I mean? He went to school for this. He does a great job. He's likable. His colleagues all like him and speak highly of him. He's respected. Good dude. Good dude. I wish him success. And I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't take that any type of way. No way. Let's see. This dude's hit me with all caps, man. He said, come on. Oh, yeah, Paul, let's read this, Paul, because you're shouting here. Come on, boss. You ain't locked in the whole entire baseball season. You watch the playoffs. That's it. It's NFL right now. After that, it's the NBA. Chill, but no, I watch the entire baseball season. I watch multiple teams play. I have MLB TV. I watch more baseball than almost anyone I know when I'm talking about collectively, a lot of teams. And I go to a lot more baseball games than your average fan, too. So, no, I respectfully disagree with your all caps shouting here in the chat because you're wrong. But I'm still watching football. Still watching football. Let's see. Sam, what's going on, Sam? Love your content from a Blue Jay fan. Hey, appreciate that, man. Y'all had a great year. You had a great run. I'm very interested to see how you guys bounce back, how you guys look this coming season, and what other players you add. I got nothing but respect for what the Blue Jays did last year. I had a lot of their fans that were kind of getting out of pocket and talking crazy to me. They were, but there were also a lot of great ones like you. And my content started to really take off around the World Series because of Toronto fans and Dodger fans and baseball fans. And there was a lot of engagement from Toronto fans. Some of them came in talking crazy. I pushed them back. The content went crazy. We found a middle ground, and I've come across and meet a lot of really cool people that go for the Blue Jays and are in Canada. But I've also got a lot of bad ones on me every single day. It's been wild, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yep. Joseph watched every single game for sure. I hope the Dodgers give Alex Freeman more at bats. He's a very good defender. I like Freeland. I do like Freeland, but we might have to get used to Freeland not being a Dodger. We might have to get used to that. But I do like him. Rushing is our future catcher when Will goes full-time first base. Freddy will retire if we win another one. I still think we need to offload Teo. So this is Teo's pretty much in a contract year again. So I expect Teo, who's in great shape, looking good, probably going to be healthy, to have a really strong year next year for sure. Showtime, don't be surprised if Freeland. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would say you have to really probably start wrapping your mind around Freeland being traded. I can tell you with certainty that the Dodgers were definitely trying to get him up in the majors last year to see what he can do, but also let others see what he potentially could do. So Freeland might not be here too long. Freddie not retiring until he gets to 3,000 hits. Probably not. He said, cook him, Jeff. These people come out of nowhere, don't even know you, and just judge and act like they know what you watch. Like, that's just, the internet is just a strange place with strange people. It just really is. Let's see. Says, any thoughts on the Dodger Fest ridiculous ticket prices for sitting in the lower levels when it was just 20 in 2024? I think they're trying to price out the herd and the mob of people. Last year's was so bad. I didn't even buy it this year. And I'm like, last year's was so bad that they need to prove to people that they can organize that better this year before I think a lot of people are going to go. So I think that the demand was lower because of last year's shenanigans. So they raised the price just so they can still get their money's worth. That's my take on it. Lakers Dodgers for Life says, Jeff, what will be a Sheenan role next year? How do you see the Dodgers using him? If he's a Dodger, I think he could be used in a variety of ways. I keep waiting for the Dodgers to roll out. I've been talking about piggyback before anyone knew what it was, right? I watched them use it in the minor league system. I watched it live, right? In OKC and Tulsa, I've seen it used in games. So the Dodgers have been preparing for this for a while now. So I can continue to wait and see when the Dodgers go all in on a piggyback situation. Maybe we see a game where Ohtani comes in for 3 to 4 innings, and then someone like Sheehan takes the rest of that game. It's a game where you give the bullpen the day off. You don't overuse Shohei. I think this is a situation where Sheehan, a Roki Sasaki, a Gavin Stone, a River Ryan, where these guys could fit like a glove. And I still believe 100% that this is in the Dodgers' plans. I just don't think they've ever been fully healthy enough to execute it. So if all guys are healthy this year, I think we might start to see the piggyback situation, and Sheehan would fit perfectly into that scenario. Sam says Blue Jays and Dodgers in the World Series 2026. I like the Dodgers' chances. I do like the Blue Jays, but I don't think they're as good right now as last year. Losing Bo hurts. We got to see what they do next. Teoscar also under contract for 2027, but it's not fully guaranteed. So this is essentially a contract year for Teo. The Dodgers are the reason why there will be no baseball in 2027. Toppers, I hate to tell you, no one's coming to save you from the big bully of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nothing's coming to save you. No lockout is stopping it. It's not. These owners are too greedy. They're not about to miss out on this money that they're printing right now because of the Dodgers. They're just not. So you can sit here and sing yourself to sleep every night and imagine that the boogeyman's not under your bed or the boogeyman's not coming for you, that the big bad Los Angeles Dodgers are going to go away. But this villain, this evil empire, these gentlemen killers, get used to them. Get used to them, because all of you guys hiding behind your touchscreens talking about 2027, worry about 2026 first. Worry about this three-peat that's coming. Then get on your hands, get on your knees and pray for a lockout. Get on your knees and pray for a work stoppage that stops the Dodgers. But guess what? It's not going to come true. You're not going to get an answer to your prayers. It's not coming. Face facts already. Grow up. Grow up and tell your owners to grow up and tell them to take on some partners that'll spend, and stop hating on the Dodgers because they do things better than you. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. You sound like this is the real world. The better ones win. This isn't participation trophy. You don't win by showing up. You got to win. You got to pay to play. Build your brand up. Spend it on the team, not on boats and bimbos. So don't be mad at the Dodgers because your owners are playing scary. They're playing scary. ML says Freeland trade would be cool. They have a glut of young guys that are blocked anyways. Just hope it's for someone good. Yeah, and again, that's why they pretty much brought him up last year. Hepatitis, see you later. What's up, my guy? Baseball shouldn't be fair. These owners think this is Little League where everyone gets a participation trophy. Nah, that's what I was just saying, my guy. You don't you don't win just by showing up. Come on now. Come on now. Sam says, you guys want Belly? I'm good with it. I'm good with not getting them. Like I'm that ship sailed for me a long time ago. So I'm cool on them not getting Bellinger. Are these tail rumors ever going to go away? Probably not, because they get clicks, right? I don't believe for a second. Now, would I bet my house on it? No, but I don't believe for a second the Dodgers are trading Teo. Now, if something came up that was out of their hands, like if Detroit was like, look, we'll do this Skubal trade, but we have to get Teo. We want Teo. I mean, duh. Why not, right? But I don't think they're out there like actively shopping him. I think the Dodgers like to know their players' values, and that happens. And unless it's a deal that just blows their minds, I don't think it happens. I don't think that they would DFA Klein unless there was a wink agreement for him to come back. But I don't think that they would do that. Don't care. What's going on, my guy? What's up, Jeff? The Mets are ruining baseball. Why can't the Dodgers sign anyone like the Mets? Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Usk says, completely agree with the piggyback take, but is it sustainable for an entire season, or does it just make sense for the postseason, health permitting? It makes sense for whenever you want to do it, right? It depends. Like if there's a stretch where your starting pitchers innings are getting up there and you want to limit it, you can use it then. If you want to prevent their innings from getting up there, you can use it then in the beginning of the year. If your bullpen has been ran through a little bit and a little bit of a rough stretch, or they've got some injuries, you could use it then. I'm not saying you use it all season. I'm saying it's there. It's an option, and it's a good one. So I don't necessarily know how or when, because I've been waiting on it for about 2 years now. We've seen it a little bit, but I'm just waiting for it to materialize. In life, you get what you pay for. Right. You get out of what you put into it, for sure. Dan Inspiration, what's going on, my guy? You think the Dodgers are trading Glasnow in a package for Freddy, Peralta, or Skubal? No, I don't. Peralta's not going to be that expensive, I don't think. And again, I had my theories on that, on the reasoning behind the Peralta trade. So if you didn't see that, go back to the beginning of the video. I touched on that for a little bit. I don't want to talk on that too much in this stream because I want to do a video on it. But for those who were in here earlier, I kind of teased that a little bit there. I'm not mad at the Dodgers. I don't think anyone should be mad at the Dodgers. You know what I mean? I'm just talking trash, man. I'm just talking trash. Look, I just think the ruining baseball or people preying on a lockout, I just think it's a lazy take from a lot of people, right? I understand you're upset, and I'm not going to get up here and act like I don't understand your concerns, because I do. But I also need you guys to understand ours. Our team was bankrupt in 2011. Major League Baseball literally let an owner get our team on a credit card with no money down to suppress players' salaries. Okay? Is that the version you want? When's the last time 60,000 people showed up to watch an owner play baseball? Pay the players. Pay the players. And if you're going to tax us, if you're going to make us pay all this money, it should go to the players. It better go to the players, because that's who we're paying to see. That's who we're paying to see. And I feel that if other fan bases, if other teams took that stance and pushed back on their owners, hold the line and apply pressure on them like Dodger fans did to Major League Baseball when McCourt just botched everything. See, we held the line. We dug in. We fought for our team, and we got it back. And now look at it. That's what you guys need to do. You need to put pressure on your owners, because they don't care about you. They only care about the profits. That money they're making off the Dodgers' success should go back into your teams, and it's not. You guys need to put that pressure on them for that. Would you guys ever take Clement if he was a free agent? Oh, he's a very good high contact player that's solid defensively. Oh, yeah. I'd definitely be open to him. Dodgers know how to play the system. That's all. Yeah. Any good businessman does. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Facts. There's a rumor of that, but I don't know if that's true. I do not know if that's true. It looks like the owners are using the Athletics to spread their message. Shouldn't the players use the media and socials to spread their owners? Yeah, they should. Salary cap will make the MLB offseason boring. If someone more of a mathematical equation checking payroll to see what a team can legally do, at least with no cap, in theory, team could do whatever. They could. You two, take care. And they could. And you know what? Like I said, the Yankees can go out there and go all in on a 5-year span. They could. The Mets could go ballistic. The Boston Red Sox could. The Chicago Cubs could. The San Francisco Giants could. The Texas Rangers could. The Astros can. They choose not to. And even the owners that aren't known for their bankroll, Cincinnati, something, Milwaukee, then just go get some partners. The Dodgers are not one man. It's a hedge fund. Go out there, and again, you will continually hear me say this. Go sell 30 to 40% of your team, still keep control, and have someone bankroll you. You will make more money and have more success and have happier fans and be more competitive being a 60% owner or 70% owner than you will at 100% owner if you bring in the right partners with cash flow. Is it easy? I'm not going to say it's easy. You got to find people you trust. You got to get, the paperwork right, negotiations right, but 25 to 40% to bring someone on for them to get a return on their investment. You still run the show. They got to believe in your vision, though. They got to believe in your vision. You got to sell a billionaire on your vision and how you're going to spend their money wisely and how you're going to compete. But that's what needs to be done here. Major League Baseball should make these teams sell 30 to 40% of their teams if they refuse to spend. This league needs a floor way more than it needs a ceiling. It just does. It just does. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of having the roster right to do it. The Blue Jays spent. They did. I feel like they overpaid on Cease. Okamoto was a good pickup. They lost out on Tucker. We'll see what the next move is. Yeah, exactly. The salary, not necessarily a salary cap, but the aprons killed the NBA. And there's a whole reason for that, because the same people that were crying about the Clippers and the Warriors, and everyone celebrated that new NBA CBA when it hit. Now they hate it. Now they hate it. The NBA should have done what I said the MLB should do, and should have forced the Lakers to, merge with Guggenheim a long time ago, and these other owners to merge with billionaires a long time ago. And you don't need these aprons. You don't need it. Looks like the Yankees are staying under 300 million payroll after all, Jeff. It's looking like it right now. It's looking like it right now. And if I'm a Yankees fan, a New York Yankees fan, if I'm in the Bronx, I'm sick to my stomach over that, man. This is crazy. This is George Steinbrenner's team. Hal Steinbrenner, man. Stop. I understand you trying to run it like a business and your inheritance and whatnot and da-da-da-da-da. I understand you're not your father. But then get someone in the organization that is. Get someone that's something like that. Yeah, it does suck. Unfortunately, it's all in the game, though. It's all in the game. They went. I kept saying this, that they were going to play around going after Tucker for too long, and eventually it's probably going to cost them Bo. And it did. It did. It cost them Bo. And that sucks for Toronto. But it's also all in the game. It's part of the game. It's the risk you take when you're chasing the top free agent and you got to keep one of your guys at bay. It's the risk you take, unfortunately. And when you run the risk of spending all the time to go after one person, then you run the risk of losing your fallback, losing the person that came up through, that was homegrown. Like, you really, really, really run the risk of losing them. And that's what happened. That's what happened. And that's what happens. Like I said, when you go all in on the top free agent, that's what the Dodgers, when people say, oh, they don't need them, they sit back and they go after these top guys, even while they got their bases covered. Like, they don't risk losing any money while they're going after these top guys. They don't risk losing their guys while going after these guys. They just don't risk it. They don't risk it because these are luxuries, not necessities. Even though I do believe they did need Tucker, because, like I said, their outfield offense was absolutely atrocious last year. They did need him, but they didn't have to have him. They could have got someone else, but they got the guy, and they didn't lose anybody. They didn't lose anybody. Yeah, George definitely rolling in his grave for sure. We need to trade for Judge. We have the pieces. What a damn shame to waste his prime. Yeah, you know what? I would love for him to go somewhere where he can play for something. If the Yankees aren't gonna, like, he has to be playing for something in the next 3 years max, maybe 2. There's no way they will trade him. He's the captain. There's no way they'll trade him. But if you're not going to put him in position to win, then you should consider it. You should. They bring back Koufax. Really? I don't. I've been battling with a lot of people on social media over the last handful of days. People gave me some hell because I was wearing my Giants jersey while backing up the Dodgers, but I had some fun with that. That was intentional too, because I knew that would get the engagement going. But the conception of the average lazy baseball fan out there is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yes, sir. Harbaugh for sure. I like that move. Man. I like that move. These football games have been crazy, man. Can't wait for this weekend. Who you guys got? Who you guys got winning this weekend? What do you guys got? Rams in Seattle. You got New England in Denver. I got the Rams and I got New England. I got Rams Patriots rematch from a handful of years ago. I got the Rams winning it all right now. Now they could lose to Seattle. They absolutely could. But I got them winning it right now. Who y'all got? But Seattle's good. But I think they're kind of like the Mariners, a year too early. I think Seattle's a year too early in general. And I think the Rams experience is going to get them. But, we'll wait and see. But I'm waiting to see which pitcher the Dodgers lock in on here, which one they go after, and what happens. So I'm excited to see what's next for baseball. And we're, a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting. Little over a month away from spring training baseball. Starting to get exciting, man. Starting to get exciting. That baseball is right around the corner. We've had a fun off season, and I can't wait to cover this team all year and break this all down and then do these games and pregame and postgame and go to games. I've stepped up my equipment where I can, get more coverage at games, go to game with other content creators and get y'all some better content and just really, really, really step it up. I really want to go hard this year. I've started the year strong. I haven't done as many lives, but as far as my grind on the content, the numbers are going up in the right direction. I'm getting noticed by some people, and you never know who's following you. And sometimes you get someone that follows you that can have some impact, right? And they watch you from afar, they study you, see how it goes, and you get some opportunities. So I'm excited for some opportunities this year, and it's going to be definitely fun. I live in Jersey and planning a trip to LA. Got to go to a home Dodger game. Yeah, nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. Yes, sir. Robert is a Met for sure. What a crazy Hail Mary play in the Rams game. Bro, that was, first of all, if I'm the Rams coaching staff, I am livid over those two guys in the corner of the end zone, bro. That shouldn't happen. That should not have happened. But incredible. He's had that fourth down play he had against Green Bay was incredible too. But this one was just next level, man. This one would be a next level, man. What do you predict will happen to resolve the eventual CBA dispute? I honestly think that the owners are going to cave in because I don't believe the owners are all in on this lockout like they want their fans to think they are. So with that being said, I think maybe deferrals will be lightened a little bit, but that doesn't hurt the Dodgers. That hurts the players. The players like the deferrals because they get to put aside money for their futures and their families, and it protects them against themselves. If they get stupid, they can't blow the money they don't have right now. So it protects them. It protects their families. It gives them longevity. It gives them financial literacy, and it gives them a lot of things that help them. Look at Bobby Bonilla and a lot of these guys who are still getting paid forever, but are able to live a good life and live a life within their means and for what they've at the same level that they have for 20-something years. Because of deferrals. So this isn't anything new. It's in the collective bargaining agreement. It's legal, and it's good for the players, and it's good for the teams. Agents don't always love it, but players do. Players' families do. Players' heirs do. Players' next of kin do. So it's good. New deferral rule. There might be some level to it. Or there's just other teams have to start using it more. I don't think that this lockout's going to be as brutal as people think. I just don't. Like I said, the boogeyman and everyone's sitting back waiting for this lockout to come. I don't think this lockout is going to hit like some people think it's going to. Because like I said, these owners, which is the real reason we need the lockout, are greedy as hell. And I don't see them giving up on all this money they're going to be missing. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Until I see it, I don't see it. Till I see it, I don't see it. And I got 4 eyes. You can see that right here. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Thank y'all for tuning in. I am Empire Jeff. This is EmpireJeffTV. Please make sure to drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Share the content if you have not done so already. My Super Bowl prediction is I have the Rams over the Patriots. That's what I got right now. We shall see. But I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe. Enjoy your NFL. So I'll talk to you guys again before the NFL games. But in case you guys don't show up, enjoy your NFL weekends. And I will catch you guys on the next one. As always, let's go Dodgers. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.